Welcome to Your Money Guides, brought to you by Interface Financial Planning.
This is Martin's story, a story about friendship and financial advice. Alan met Martin in the early 1990s, and he was one of his first clients when he became an independent financial advisor. Alan was privileged to have Martin as a client and friend for nearly 30 years, but unfortunately he died of COVID in April 2020, and to this day Alan still misses him. Martin was one of those people who had so much to give to the world. He was what Alan would describe as a beacon, and the world is undoubtedly a poorer place without him. Alan actually knew Martin for several years before he went to Alan for financial advice. He approached him because the person who'd advised him before had stopped advising him because of misdemeanours, which we don't need to dwell on. However, what Alan will say is that the previous advisor had also been a friend of Martin's for many years, and he'd taken advantage of that friendship by supposedly giving him financial advice while Martin mysteriously lost tens of thousands of pounds. So Martin had experienced the worst from his friend, whom he trusted for financial advice, and subsequently he'd lost a lot of money, and yet he still went to another friend, Alan, for advice. He trusted Alan because they shared similar values. Over the years, Alan sometimes heard people say they'd never approach a friend for financial advice because they'd be sure to fall out. Alan always replies to that with a big nonsense. Actually, Alan's made many friends as a result of giving them financial advice, and he's never lost one. During the life planning and financial planning process, you tend to develop a close bond, and those people who've gone to Alan as clients have become more than clients. They're good friends. And as for not providing financial advice to family, that's even bigger nonsense. If Alan knows he can help and guide them, then why wouldn't he want to do it? How would he feel if he found out they'd made an ill-judged decision because he wasn't there to guide them when he most definitely could have? In return, surely they wouldn't think that much of Alan if they didn't benefit from his help and expertise. With that said, Alan has always made himself available to friends and family if they ask him, with the understanding that when they socialise, they do exactly that and don't discuss business. Financial planning is for tomorrow, during a business meeting. Unfortunately, Martin never received a penny back from his so-called friend, and he didn't pursue him for the lost monies either. Instead, he told Alan life's too short. Sadly, that was proven to be the case. Martin was successful, despite that friend's advice, but his success was so much more than just financial. Martin was successful because he identified what was important in life and devoted himself to lecturing and presenting at conferences. The books that he wrote sit proudly on Alan's shelf in front of him. Martin made the decision to do what he was good at and what was in his heart's core. As for financial planning, amongst other things, he left those to people he could trust to do a better job than he could. Alan and Martin's brief meetings often went on for hours on end. They'd talk about the meaning of life and the world, and while Alan didn't share Martin's Muslim faith, Martin gave Alan enormous insight and understanding. What a privilege it was for Alan to know such a successful man and to be part of his life for so many years. Thank you.
For more information, visit our website at interfacefinancialplanning.co.uk.